Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells this evening. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And this is our bar night practice, a focus on ballet movements inspired for hip mobility, strength control. And we do have our new shoes on tonight. We do like normally to exercise in our bare feet for tension and control. The ballet practice, we've tried it without our little cute shoes here and believe that it does go better if you I miss my shoes. So you want to see my shoes? I have shoes too, cute little ballet slippers in the black. So we do have those shoes. So maybe wear socked feet or have a pair of ballet slippers for yourself. It just will allow you to use the floor a little bit better, particularly if we're on our wood here. So to start tonight's practice, we'll follow along into our foot warm-up, articulate through the feet, get into the plies, hip rotations, some core strength, upper body, light holds in a plank, and working on the développés and those movements that really explore the conditioning through the hips. So if Lauren's ready to go, let's go do it. So we're going to go to the bar here.
To the bar.
To the bar. Actually, I'm going to do that bar in a second. I'm going to stand a little bit closer for now. So with our feet in parallel, we'll warm up in our foot position first, pulling the heel off the floor, pointing through the foot, and perhaps flexing over the toes. To the toes and back to the heel. Repeat other side. Ball of foot, pointing through the toes, flexing over. Point, touchdown, pull to full tension. Repeat one more. Ball of foot, point, take a quick look at it. Okay, yeah, we got that nice straight line, avoiding a sickled foot again. Flex toes, come back to center. And final repetition, check it out. Okay, nice maintain the nice straight line, point, down, and down. From this position, let's turn out those feet to our first, pivoting on heels, and repeat for 2 repetitions each side. Super stiff leg on the one as the other flexes or bends to points, to flex over toe, to point, ball of, pull the heel down, other side, ball of, point of, flexing, pointing, ball of the foot, pull down, repeat other side, ball, point, flex, point, toesies, push down, and final repetition, point, and flex, and down. The other 2 positions we'll explore in tonight's practice include our second. Let's tendu out to that second position. Hold this for a moment here. Cramp up your feet by rooting heavy. Straighten your knees. Brace your core. Get used to that position. Transfer weight to back over that center foot. Ronde or draw a circle in front. Toe, heel down. Check. Oop, my hips should be facing the camera here. Straighten the knees. Transfer weight for a couple repetitions to the front foot. And then transfer to the back. Play with that weight transfer for just a few. Get the weight to the back foot. Pull to center. Repeat to the other side. Tendu open to second. Hang out in your tall second position with your bum squeeze. Core brace. Tension on. Point. Ronde. Toe heel. Keeping those hips forward. And then pushing through the back foot to transfer weight to the front. And then a couple of each. Last one. Return the weight to the back foot and close. That's our little quick foot warm up for today. Now we'll go to the bars, get that balance aid, and we'll do our first set of plies. First, second, and fourth. On the bar, hand on the hip or out to the side in that second position. I'll put it on my hip. Spin those feet out to first, pivoting on the heels. Staying in that toaster as Lauren likes to cue, we're going to push those knees out and drop the bum underneath of the hips and pull ourselves up to tall. Repeat one more time. Feet flat, spreading knees, toaster style, and up. For one more repetition, pull yourself down. Go lower by pushing harder in the floor. The heels might come up. Then put those heels down and pull those knees back together. Hold the bar, tendu to second and down. From here, repeat, pulling yourself down in your toaster slot there, squat or plie, up. Repeat, pulling, toaster style, and up. Final one, feet stay flat. Could you get lower by a degree? Yep. And then back up. Grab the bar, point, ronde to that fourth position. Keep those hips forward. And again, just explore this position on straight knees, bent knees. Keep those hips or those headlights facing forward. And repeat 1 or 2 more repetitions here. Spreading the floor. Return to straight knees. Tendu or point the front leg. And pull together. Repeat the other side. So Lauren, let's switch sides here. Ready?
Right now?
Yep.
Oh, I was just facing.
So spin around. We're going to do first, second, and then finish in our fourth again. My feet are in parallel, pivoting on heels to first. From first, toaster style, plie squats. Spreading knees, tucking under hips, and tall. Spreading knees, tucking under hips, and tall. Repeat 1 more to low. Go lower by pressing heavier. The heels might come up. Press those heels down and straighten the knees. Point tendu out to second. Pull yourself low. Repeat 3 repetitions over plie. Open with tension control. Cramp up with strength. Tension and control. Cramp up with strength. Repeat 1 more, perhaps a little lower. And up. Stiffen that inside leg. Grab on the bar for a little support. Point, ronde, toe, heel. And again, play with this for a couple. If you choose to squat, keeping those hips forward, extending knees. Pulling the tension into the floor as we spread, keeping those hips forward, straightening knees. Last one. Spread, keep hips forward, straighten, weight transfer to the back foot, hold on for dear life here apparently, and close back in to center. Cool? Hip rotations. Hip rotations. I'm going to get to the floor for this. Lauren's going to do the same thing from a standing position on the bar. Follow one of us, either on the floor or from standing. Same but different. With a leg out front, point the toe, externally rotate at the hip, meaning the inseam starts to show itself up. Internally rotate on the hip. Repeat for 3 or 4 more repetitions, maintaining your ballet point, your extension through the knee, and the stability through the low back, and then internally rotate on the hip. Couple again, maintaining your breath, externally rotating, internally rotating. Typically people feel this tension laterally on the hip. Repeat 1 more, external, internal, gently bend the knee, and return to the ground. Repeat on the other side. From the ground, gently extend the leg, and adopt your ballet foot. External rotation in the hip is where the inseam starts to show itself, and the internal rotation on the hip is where it turns away. Repeat for a couple more as we externally rotate and internally rotate. Use this drill right here to help us in the next drill, being our hip bar. Return to center, flex the knee, take a breath. If you're on the floor, be loose, take a little moment, and then we'll stand up. Now we'll get into our hip bars. We've mentioned that ronde word before. Draw a circle at the hip. Use your balance aid. Make this about the tension we can have in our hips rather than the balance we need to keep ourselves upright. Hold on. With our feet in first. Excuse me. With our feet in our parallel position. So feet facing forward. We'll do that tendu or that point to forward. Externally rotate in the hip, showing that inseam forward as we draw a circle out to the side. When you're at your furthest side, turn the hip in, internally rotating, hiding that seam as you pull a leg straight behind, over the toes, and back to underneath the body. Repeat to the back, extension first. Extension to the back with a stiff leg, the rib cage is under, the knee is straight, and we externally rotate in that hip, opening up. If we pause at the 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock side position, inseam faces forward, continue to articulate the circle to the front, and pull a straight leg underneath of your hip. Repeat the same thing on the floor as appropriate or slightly off as allowed, as maintained by your integrity in the low back and the hips. Off the floor perhaps. I'm going to the front. I'll lift with that external rotation in my hip, cramping up my inside leg. I'm drawing a nice controlled circle around my body, maintaining tension through the knee extension and the hip. Cramp. I point out the back. I tuck under that foot and roll the foot under to center. Repeat one more time to the back. Hip extension, ribs stay down, straighten the knee. Externally rotate in that hip, making room to lift up and over. And with tension and control, return to the front position, to the tap, to the pull under. Other side, same thing. Switchy, switch. Switchy, 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 switchy. Taking that rest in between, letting things be a little bit loose, that's always helpful too. Repeat the same thing, our low hip bar first, and then add that air layer in there if we feel okay for the second round. Tall. Point. Externally rotate as I try to reach to Lauren on the floor. And this bum cheek is doing so much work. I'm telling it to. And I'm reaching out of that hip socket to the back. Straight line behind my foot here. Rolling over the toes and pulling back to center. Repeat in the extension first to the back, keeping the ribs down, the hips under, the knee straight as we turn out of that hip socket, and I reach for Lauren's leg over there, and then continue my circle to front and under. Repeat on the floor as appropriate or slightly off as allowed. To the front, externally rotating or slightly lifting, reaching out of that hip socket, cramping up your standing leg, cramping up both butt cheeks as we reach around, reaching around, pulling underneath, stacking our body over top of 2 feet, and repeat one more time to the back. Extension with a straight leg, ribs are down, rotate in that hip, lift up and over a hurdle if allowed, repeat to center, tap, and under. Was that a cue from me, the audience, or you?
You.
Everyone could use a helpful cue, that is for sure. So that rotations in those hips, use them to help you turn those corners. I love those hips, pretty confident in knowing what goes on here. The port-de-bras is the more challenging movement for both Lauren and myself.
How was the hot hip dance?
Hot hip dance. All right, let's see some hot port-de-bras next.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have our feet in our first position, so spin out on those heels. Arms nice and low. And for 10 total reps, or 5 each side, open and look at a hand. Open out to the side, and then look to center. Look at the hand as it opens out to the side. Return center. Open up. Return center. Open up. return center, open, return. Maybe one more each side after this. And last one. And one more the other side, I'm sorry. Whew, lost my position. I can't count. That's for sure. That's our first port de bras. We'll come back to that in a second. We're gonna get to the floor here, doing our forward fold. Lauren is a wall. Could you stand right behind me there, Lauren?
Yep.
Great. All right, so Lauren is the wall, and I'm standing against the wall, and I'm tucking my chin. And from tucking my chin, I'll flex, I'll flex, I'll flex. And I haven't really touched her or gone through that wall yet. And nice and control, allow yourself to fold. From here, walk yourself out to a high planks position and create tension for 10 seconds. 3, 2, go. For 10, I'm pulling the hands to my kneecaps. I'm squeezing my bum cheeks. I'm maintaining my breath and definitely shaking.
3, 2.
Oops, I can't count to 10. Good. And then from here, we'll slowly walk ourselves back. Maybe your bum touches that wall. And then nice and slow, can you pull your abdominals back up to tall? Repeat one more time. Without touching that wall, flexing through that spine, pulling the rib cage down. Nice and slow, stiff legs is allowed. Walk out to plank. Hold our high planks position, which is shoulders down, elbow pits forward, and 9, 8. Are you squeezing your bum?
Yeah, I am.
Bracing your core. 2 more seconds. Relax. And then transition to standing the same way. Oh, and pulling through the abdominals to help yourself back up. Thank you very much, exhibit wall.
I was also doing it.
High tension planks sound great too. We were supposed to do hip extensions on the floor. Yeah, so let's do that. Your turn to get to the floor.
Whoa.
How about that?
I like doing the wall.
Return to the floor through your fold, and we'll start cueing just 2 quick sets of hip extensions, and we'll come back up to a port de bras, sorry. So holding your flex position, tension control, maintain your hip height. Quick push-ups from our earlier session today, maybe. So this is gonna be our hip extension position. The feet are gonna be flat on the floor. Hands could be placed at your sides. Lauren might place them over her chest just so you could see the hips or similar. From here, we're getting into some isometrics in a second. Isometric means no joint action. From this position, cramp up your glutes by pressing the feet in the floor. 3, 2, 1, go. For 10 seconds, I'm gonna try to pick up Lauren's foot, and she's pressing down heavily through the buttocks and the feet, making it very tough for me to move that. And relax for a second. That's an isometric. I hope that felt like a lot of work, but you didn't move. And if you can achieve that, that's what we're gonna get into in a moment. Can we try that one more time? Feet stay heavy. Don't let me lift them up. Bracing the core. Breathing.
Yeah.
Good. And 3 and 2 and relax. That's an isometric at the bottom. I like to perform one isometric at the top as well. From here, same thing, cramp up the glutes, brace the core, but this time extend the hips away from the floor. Pull your knees together, squeeze your bum cheeks, brace your core, pack your shoulders, continue to count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, pulling knees together, feeling these adductors turn on for 2 more seconds, and slowly roll down the spine. Isometrics. You don't have to go anywhere to feel like you've done a lot of work. From this position, take your time coming on up. Maybe Lauren chooses her push-up. Maybe she'll take my hands.
Taking time, mean not coming up?
Taking time. No, that's called taking a nap.
Oh.
That's taking a nap. Okay, so I'd like to get in that isometric idea here. We might need a balance aid. I might scooch off to get a chair if I need it as well. From our first position, I'd like just to watch this one first. From our first position, get to your point. First, I would like you to try to press that point into the floor very heavily, without breaking your toe, obviously, But for 5 more seconds, continue to push that foot
Your toe is straight,
down.
right?
My foot is straight. I have a beautiful point. 3
You're on the top
and
of it.
2 and relax. And I am on the top of my toe. Now, without creating separation between that foot and the floor, I would like you to try to lift that up. Without leaving the floor, cramp up your standing leg and lift up this foot without really creating that separation. For 3, 2, push the heel to the floor. Did you get what I meant by that?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay, not easy. Those pretend movements are very difficult, but they set us up very well for actual movements or progressions to move later. From our first position, pivot on heels, go to the demi on the outside foot, and go to the full point. From here, I'm trying to press that toe heavy through the floor, and I feel this gentle battle going on my hips to make that work and help for 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Opposite to that, that hip flexion, pull up off the floor without creating any space, but highlight an amount of work you might not expect to be present, but find it. 2, 1, relax. Press that heel to the floor. Repeat 1 more time each side. Feet in first position, demi to point. Press down, strong foot. Don't sickle that ankle. Nice strong ankles as we press
Don't
down.
go easy on your inside leg.
Cramp that inside leg. I felt that. Now 3 and 2. Now lift up that leg without creating separation, but highlighting the amount of work. And I'm trying to pull from right here. Where are you pulling from, Lauren? For 3 and 2. Stay there and chill. Let's repeat 1 more time. Press down. Tighten up that standing leg. I heard Lauren's cue in my head go, so I cramped it up. And I'm pressing down and pulling up on my standing leg and pressing down on the bent one. And relax. And final time, try to pull up off the floor without going anywhere for 8, 7, 6, 5, and press, pull that heel to the floor. Switching sides for the final time. Feet in our first position, from first to point, from point to press down for 10, 9, keeping that ankle bone facing forward for 4, 3, 2, coast tension away. This time, pick it up. Cramp up the inside leg, fake lift off of that outside leg for 3 and 2, and relax the tension. Take a moment, repeat final repetition here of pressing down through that big toe, pushing down, pulling up on this inside leg for 3 and 2, and relax. And final time, try to pull this bent knee off the floor without actually creating separation, and make it work and pretend for 4, 3, 2, press that heel to the floor. Yes. Okay, exploring our second position. I don't need to balance aid for this one as much here. So from our first position, we'll pivot out. We'll point open to that second. In second, our favorite drill lately has been this little weight shift. So from here, press a knee over the floor. Press a knee over the toe, keeping the hips level. Stay low, bend the other knee, and pull yourself across to the other side. Hang out, tuck under. Pull yourself to the original side. From here, offload to be on a single foot. And hold for 3, 2, tap down, pull the heel down, pull yourself across. Transition weight, offload as allowed. Hang out for 5, 4, 3, 2, tap, heel, pull with both bent knees in the middle for a second. The one bends, the one straightens. Transfer load, and straighten the leg. And hold on to your balance. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, Pull that other foot to the floor as we pull ourselves across that second transition. Point the other foot. Offload as allowed. Straighten the knee. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Slurp yourself to the floor as you pull yourself across to second, to point, to stand up on a single leg, and perhaps to add the toe balance for 3 and 2. And control down. Bend that knee. Pull yourself across the center position here with strength. Transition. Offload. Extend. And balance. And control down. Bend that knee. Pull yourself down to center. And stand up. It's port de bras time. Yay! And close, and close. With our feet in our first position, arms down low. This time we'll go from first to fifth, which is overhead, and from overhead, open up to the side. First, thank you very much, to overhead. Open up looking at one arm to the side, and return to center. From first to fifth, other arm, look at the hand as it opens up and down. Repeat once more each side, overhead, keeping those armpits low and the rib cage down. Open up, looking at a hand, and return to center. And last, open up overhead to fifth. Looking at the hand as we open, energy at the fingertips, and return to first. And relax for a second. Fourth position. We did our little isometric here, played with our balance in our second, and now, do I need a chair? I'm going to try it in center rim or no chair here. Fourth position, balances. Hands, hips, or where you feel nice. Appropriate, wherever you wish. Pivot to first. From first to second, ronde, and find fourth. Place down. Check out. For about 10 seconds, can we hang on to a two-footed balance? Transfer weight to both feet, 10 seconds. If we want to incorporate that port de bras, take your arms in first, and open to that arabesque position through the hands. Bring them back down low. Pull down to the ground. Close back to center. Repeat to the other side. Second to fourth, toe to heel down. Are the hips facing forward? Check in. Press to two toes, balls of feet.
I have 10 toes.
And again, 10 toes, 2 feet. And again, hands to that arabesque position here. If we feel okay for that, maybe back down those hips, return to the floor. Point and close. Final time, each side. Open to second, ronde to fourth, toe heel, balance. Ribs are down, buttocks are squeezed. Arms incorporate the port de bras. Return to first, heels heavy, pull to center, repeat to second, ronde to fourth, toe heel down, hip square, weight transfer, own it, arabesque arms, or again, continue to draw a nice port de bras circle. Return arms to first, pull yourself down, toe, point, and relax that out. Come on up close, Lauren. That's it for tonight.
Oh, my legs.
So thank you very much for joining tonight's practice. This has been a barre night, a barre practice.
Oh, nice.
focusing on muscle tension, core stability, balance,
I don't even know how my hips want to
and
sit
all
right
those
now.
things. It's been a long day. I've done a couple classes today. So thank you so much again for joining our sessions here on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, somewhere down there. Like our channel or workout, somewhere also down here.
Cool.
And follow along for our strength strategies. We like to train simple. We want to stay strong, and we look forward to seeing you in a class soon. Tomorrow, recharge and restore at 9 a.m. Saturday, press and plies and handstands. Lots to choose from. Have a great night, and see you soon.
Thanks for coming.
Goodbye.
Questions, email us or